Welcome back, dear viewers, and this evening we're joined by Jamal Ibrahim, our senior meteorologist here in our beautiful state of Kuwait. Such a pleasure to have you here, Jamal Ibrahim.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine. It's always nice to be here with you, Yusuf. Thank you.
Yes, it is. And Jamal, we'd love to start by defining Sarayat and what does it mean and where did it come from?
Sarayat is a Kuwaiti name. Saraya is the definition of Saraya is a local thermal low pressure system.
Okay.
It creates very quickly, it vanishes very quickly. The total time for this is less than 1 hour. The total dusty weather, then heavy rain, thunderstorms activity, and hail. The rain condition and the hail, all this doesn't take more than 3 to 4 minutes. Then the cloud will vanish, then we have nice clear air afterward.
All right. And
This is a Kuwaiti terminology, Sarayat.
okay.
And before this we have Subbag. Subbag, which proceeds to Sarayat. It's same Sarayat, but a little bit weaker.
All right. And Abu Yusuf, we want to ask you, why does this always happen suddenly in the afternoon?
Exactly, that's a very good question. It happens normally, Subbag, starts 1st of April till end of April.
Okay.
Sarayat from 1st of May till end of May. One of the years we recorded Saraya 1st of June also. Why it happens afternoon? It happens between 5 and 6:30 p.m. As I mentioned before with definition, it's a normal local thermal low pressure system. When the sun rises or sun coming in, then we have sun or heat goes inside the ground and we have radiation. At 5 o'clock when sun goes down, then you have more radiation than incoming sun, incoming heat. So that's why it creates a Saraya there. Between 5 and 6:30 p.m. It's very, very, very rare where we could have Saraya in the late night. It happens twice as in my career. I have found it 2 times. It happened 3:30 a.m. Never the rain we had a few days ago, it was not Saraya, that was in March, normal spring rain, because it came early morning or daytime.
Yes, it's very interesting. And Jamal, I want to ask you, does the Sarayat only happen in Kuwait or other countries like the Gulf have them?
Okay, Sarayat happens in May because we are transferring from cold spring, it's the end of spring,
Yes.
early summer. Why it happens? Because we are transferring from cold winter to a hot summer transaction. In Egypt they call it Khammasin. Khammasin also comes in May because they're transferring from hot or cold winter to a hot summer. Khammasin also lasts for about 1 month, causes very, very heavy dusty weather, thunderstorms activity and rainy condition exactly like Kuwait. People in the same altitude, I think we have the same.
All right, that's really interesting and
But
very
they have
nice to know.
different names for it. In Egypt they call it Khammasin, Kuwait we call it Sarayat.
Yes, some new information here for you, dear viewers, and for us really. We're learning from our senior meteorologist, Jamal Ibrahim, such beautiful information. And we want to know more, Abu Yusuf, does the Sarayat only happen or always happens between March and May?
In April and May, not in March.
All right.
And yes, because this is where we are going from late spring, second part of spring. Spring starts 21st of March, ends 20th of June. Summer starts 21st of June. And this is the transferring condition. And the good thing about Sarayat is thunderstorms activity.
Yes.
So precautions we take and what happens when you have thunderstorms activity. First of all, you in the day not to be outdoor during thunderstorms activity. If you are in the Jamia or COP or you're visiting some people, even in the hospital visiting somebody, when Sarayat happens, thunderstorms activity, stay where you are. If you're driving a car, park to the right time, put the flasher on, stop. The whole thing will not last more than 10 to 15 minutes.
All right.
And what happened before this, you have very, very strong wind. We might have dusty weather, and rain, thunderstorms activity, hail, most likely. Then the whole thing will come very calm. If you're sitting at home, what I advise you to open all the windows in your home. What the lightning is about so many million volt, transfer oxygen, O2 to O3, ozone. Lots of ozone gas, it smells very bad. But a little ozone gas smells very nice, like springtime. So this time you open the windows, you smell like springtime, although we are late spring. The lightning will transfer O2 to O3. This kills all the germs and bacteria on the air. So I advise you to open all the windows so you purify or you give fresh air into your home.
Yes, that's really great. And I want to ask you more about the sarayat happening between these months. And we can see the greenery happening all over the place. Why does this cause the greenery to expand, for example?
Greenery, okay, we're state of Kuwait in a desert area. We don't have much green, but in the desert when it comes, because of winter rain and spring rain. Sarayat, it comes very, very small rain, but very active. It could cause a flash flood for small areas. Sometimes Sarayat covers very, very small, tiny area,
Yes.
maybe one suburb. Sometimes you have many thunderstorms activity could cover the whole state of Kuwait.
All right, and mashallah, I'm sure we're getting the most beautiful rains here in our beautiful state of Kuwait. And Jamal, we want to ask you, how does the rains look different on your radar?
Okay, the condition, the Sarayat condition normally cumulonimbus or CB clouds. CB clouds is the height of the CB cloud between 4 and 5 kilometers.
Okay.
The lower level clouds, the base of the clouds about 1,000 feet or 300 meters above the ground. So that's we see very, very thick cloud according to the radar or even satellite.
All right, and Jamal, these clouds come obviously with winds, and the wind speeds change and differ. What's the highest have you ever recorded for wind speeds?
Okay, the CB wind accumulates the CB clouds, uplifting cloud, the wind, upspeed wind, updraft wind reaches about 120 kilometers per hour. And it comes down in the same speed, 120 kilometers per hour. Vertical speed or horizontal speed reaches about 60 to 80 kilometers per hour. But this will not last for long because the CB clouds, from the time accumulation of this CB cloud till it gives you all these activities and it vanishes, the age of this cloud between 45 minutes to 60 minutes.
Okay.
But when it reaches a mature age, after about 40 minutes or 35 minutes, give you all rainy conditions about 3-4 minutes.
All right, so what's a dangerous average speed for the wind? Is it 100, 120?
It depends where you have. Some people that have in shalahat or where they have the tent. The tent about 80 kilometers per hour, it could remove the whole tent.
Wow.
So that's why we advise in these months, if you are having your tent outside, please put more sand around the tent so the wind will not take it off.
All right.
It's very dangerous in the car, especially if you have light small cars. You could make accident, move your car off the way.
All right, that's very interesting. So dear viewers, let's take a short break with this next report about air quality index, and we shall be right back with Jamal Ibrahim. Stay tuned. Welcome back, dear viewers, and on this beautiful evening, we're still joined by Jamal Ibrahim, our senior meteorologist. It's such a pleasure to be talking to you, Jamal. Jamal, we want to ask you more about the sarayat, and as you mentioned, some storms that come affiliates with some mud in it. Why does this cause? Is the mud there on the storms?
Anyway, you said comparing muddy rain to clear water rain. We don't have clear water rain or rainwater.
All right.
This is called cloud. First of all, in Sarayat, it's going to be windy first, updraft wind going 100 kilometers per hour, downdraft 120 kilometers per hour. Then horizontal wind comes about 60 to 80 kilometers per hour, causing dust. Then rainy condition. Rainy condition comes with all this dust will become muddy rain.
All right.
But anyway, even if you have clear cloud, we have cloud. To have rain, you have 4 conditions. You have to have intense or very high humidity cloud.
Okay.
Then you have to have a hot ground to take air uplift, condenses the water vapor to clouds. Then you have cloud nuclei. Cloud nuclei is any, could be a particle of carbon, particle of sand or anything. Then the water vapor accumulates and this causes the raindrop. So if you have a rain, if you put it, if you accumulate a little rain, in a jug or a pot like this, then you can see little tiny things, very, very tiny, black or brown.
Yes.
This is, could be carbon, the black one is carbon, the other one is a sand, very sand. So you have to clear the water, rainwater, then you can drink it. That's why you have dusty weather, because it has dusty storm before the rain.
All right. And is this rain, the mud rain, as you mentioned, beneficial for the greenery around Kuwait?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
Mud causes more problems, but you have clear water is much, much nicer. And besides the thunderstorms activity, the raindrop becomes very big.
Yes.
So this affects the ground, affects all the agriculture, affects all the greenery. But if you have the winter rain, it's very slight, very thin, small droplets come. It's very benefit for the ground and for the vegetable.
All right. So if I have a garden and I have many greenery and this mud rain comes on the plants, should I wash them?
Yeah, you should wash them.
Okay.
Because you have more dusty weather over the sand.
All right. And we want to ask you more about the meteorological part of your job as a meteorologist. How can you specify where the weather is going to be certain in its condition?
Where the weather be?
Like, for example, if it's going to rain in Jahra or in Khairan.
This is, yeah, we can watch this on satellite or radar. Radar more accurate, or not more accurate, radar is more specific in the state of Kuwait. So we can see more clouds, where more clouds accumulating. This is where we expect the rain to be north, south, or eastern part of the state of Kuwait.
All right, and I'm sure our beautiful state of Kuwait is having beautiful rains these days. And really, more about the Sarayat, we want to ask you, Jamal, how does the climate change come here in this part exactly? And how did the climate change from before and our current days?
Yeah, the climate change, you cannot watch it year by year, but you can watch it in more than 30, 40 years. Like back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, we used to wear winter clothes in November. October is a little bit cold, relatively cold. End of October is cold weather. 1st November we wear winter clothes. It's very, very cold in November, December, January, February, early March. Now, after that was late 90s and 20s, we start wearing winter clothes 1st or 2nd week of December. So that's the cause of the global warming. Global warming, you cannot watch it year by year, but then it takes about decades to watch it, 50 years or more, then you can change the changes.
And during Sarayat, Jamal, Ibrahim, there's some lightning that happens. And how is it more dangerous more than the usual rain during Sarayat?
CB is very, 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 very dangerous because of this. What is a lightning? Lightning is the cloud acts like a battery.
Okay.
It has positive ions on top, negative ions on bottom. This has to discharge this electricity. Sometimes you lightning from cloud to cloud, sometimes you lightning from cloud to earth. And it's very bad if these clouds accumulate over the beginning of the runway, so we do not, no plane will depart or landing if there is a CB clouds. They go around the airport for about several rounds till about 10 minutes, it goes away, then they can do landing or takeoff. The plane, we mentioned these areas of CBs all over. Like for instance, the plane going from Kuwait to England. We specify the areas where this accumulation, this cloud will accumulate. So the pilot will go above these clouds. They should not go into the clouds. They fly about 15 knots or 30 kilometers or more away from the clouds. Because when hail accumulates hail, the size of hail is about the size of football.
Wow.
The weight of each hail is about 5.5 kilometers.
Yes.
5 kilometers. So this throws the wind, strong wind, it throws this about 30 kilometers per hour away from the cloud, could hit the plane. So that's why you have planes flying at least minimum 30 kilometers per hour. Sometimes, and it happened in Kuwait more than times, you walk in the street, clear skies, no rain, nothing, clear and sunny, and you can see only hail coming. Because this cloud is about 20 kilometers away from you, but it reaches, the hail reaches you. That happened in Kuwait, happens everywhere.
Yes, mashallah here, Jamal Ibrahim in Kuwait, our weather is really unpredictable and it's always changing all the time.
It's very interesting, yeah.
All right, and we want to know more about the temperature drops that happen after the storm comes. Why does the temperature drop down so much?
Evaporation gives cooling. So when all this rain comes, the ground, you need to have a hot ground to takes all this vapor up and accumulates a cloud that has rain. Or rain comes, evaporation of rain gives you cooler land and cooler air.
Yes.
So like we have water, they call it water air conditioning. They use it for desert. They use water, wind blowing this. And before, back in the 60s, when electricity goes off sometimes, we want to go and sleep up on the roof. What we do is, if it's a little bit windy, we use what we call wazara on a sheet. We make the sheet wet with water, then we cover with a wet sheet. When the wind comes, water evaporates, then you see it gets a little bit cooling.
Interesting.
And the first system to find the wind direction.
You use your thumb?
Yeah. If this direction is north, back, south, east, and west.
Okay.
I with my thumb with my mouth like this, then we're like, if this time, this area gets cooler than the other side, that means the wind coming from north side.
Okay.
If this side gets cooler, then the wind is coming from south side.
Yes.
That's the first wind direction finder.
Yes, that's very cool
Before they do manufacture all the other units or system.
All right, that's beautiful actually to know.
It shows the wind direction, doesn't show you the wind speed.
Okay. And we want to ask you more, Jamal Ibrahim, about the common mistakes that people do during the Sarayat season.
People go out to play outdoors, which is very, very, very dangerous. The electricity wants to come to the shortest point to ground. We don't let people to go out fishing. Yes. Because the water, the sea is one level. If a man in the boat, he's the highest point in the water. So the lightning will strike his head, then he could be dead. So we mention people not to go. We mention people to have a storm detector or vanishing like Sarayat.
Yes.
When the lightning comes to a home, we have a light, what they call it, not a wind, a light pole, a long pole of nahas, they call it
copper.
Copper.
Yes.
This, when the lightning comes in, it goes into this copper, goes down the ground.
Wow.
This is the earth. They should have earth on car and homes and yachts or big boats.
All right, some beautiful advice.
So people without this copper, if they strike you, it could destroy all the equipment in your home.
Yes, mashallah, dear viewers, some really beautiful advice here from Jamal Ibrahim. Thank you so much for being with us here on Hala Kuwait, and we'd love to hear from you a last message for our dear viewers today.
You're welcome, anytime. Thank you.
Yes, we want to ask you a last question, Jamal Ibrahim, for our dear viewers, because they're changing the colors of the Dajdasha. What do you have to say about that?
Well, this is okay. This is not wintry, but this is for springtime. This nice color for this time of the year. I normally don't use this in the winter time. I use it in springtime. This is spring Dajdasha. We still have cold weather in the evening, still cold. Yes. Many people wearing light clothes. Watch people end of February they start wearing summer clothes. This is very, very dangerous. Every night temperature reaches down 18, 14, 15, 16, 20 or less. This is cold weather. 22 is cold weather.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us here on Hala Kuwait with your beautiful advice for us and our dear viewers.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. For our dear viewers, let's all thank the coming of Jamal Ibrahim, a senior meteorologist here in our beautiful state of Kuwait. Thank you again. Therefore, dear viewers, we shall take a next report on hydroponics, so stay tuned.